In this video, we'll discuss how to write formulas for ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are chemical compounds that have cations bonded to anions. The bond is due to an electrostatic attraction. In other words, the positive charge of the cation attracts the negative charge of the anion. The overall charge has to be 0. In this example, you have magnesium with a 2+ charge that attracts 2 chloride ions, each with a negative charge. Overall, the charge is 0. Ionic compounds don't form molecules, they form crystalline structures. We call this structure a formula unit, and that is the lowest whole number ratio of ions. So we don't say an ionic compound sometimes, we just say a formula unit. The formula is written as cation then anion, and so is the name. Let's look at some examples. So if you have aluminum and oxide ions, how would you write the formula? Now there are several different ways to do this. We are going to look at one way to write these formulas. In this example, we have aluminum and oxygen, or oxide. You notice that we have one aluminum and one oxide, and together that does not equal 0. 3 minus 2 does not equal 0, so we'll add an oxygen. Now 3 minus 4 still doesn't equal 0, so let's add an aluminum. 6 minus 4 still does not equal 0, so let's add another oxygen. Now we have 6 minus 6, and that gives us 0. So to do this, we need 2 aluminum and 3 oxygen. Overall, that gives us the 0 charge. So again, it was 2 aluminum and 3 oxygen. So we take the number of each and we use that to write the formula. So the formula is Al2 because there were 2 aluminum, O3 because there were 3 oxygen. In the next example, sodium and oxygen. So 1 sodium and 1 oxygen does not equal 0. 1 minus 2 does not equal 0. We need to add another sodium. Now we have 2 sodiums, that's positive 2 minus 2. That does equal 0. So we have 2 sodium, and 1 oxygen. So again, it was 2 sodium and 1 oxygen, so the formula is Na2O. 2 sodium and 1 oxygen. We don't put a subscript of 1, we just know that if oxygen is in the formula, that means there's 1, at least 1. The next example, we have barium and chloride. 1 barium and 1 chloride does not equal 0. 2 minus 1 does not equal 0. We need another chloride. So now you have 2 chlorides, 2 negative 1s, so that's an overall negative 2. So 2 minus 2 does equal 0. That's 1 barium and 2 chlorides. So again, we had 1 barium and 2 chlorides. So in the formula, there's 1 barium, 2 chlorides, BaCl2. 1 barium, 2 chlorides.